Today we are going to discuss a very interesting and a beautiful poem by Sujata Bhatt titled The First Meeting. Here a little girl tells us her experience with nature and her first encounter with a king cobra. The narrator might be the poet herself, or it might simply be somebody, a little girl, any little girl who is talking about a very memorable event in her life. At the opening of the poem, we see the little girl running around, so happy and so light as the gentle breeze. She runs up a hill, and she says she runs past groves of mangoes, eucalyptus trees. There is grass beneath her feet. There is this wind going up, winding up her leg, and she's so happy and so free. And she looks at the sky and describes it as the kingfisher blue sky. She runs up the hill, and by the time she reaches the top, she's almost blind. And now why would she be blind when she reaches up? It is because she's too tired to see the things around her, or maybe it's because the sweat has been running down her brow, thus blinding her. Once on top, she halts there for a second and she runs down to the other side. Her tongue is dry and there is a beautiful lake on the other side. And look at the way the poet describes the lake. She says, "To the lake where the sky is trapped, tamed blue." What a beautiful picture that again makes. So when she says that the sky is trapped, tamed blue, what she means is that the reflection of the serene blue sky can be seen in the calm waters, and it looks as if a piece of the sky has been trapped in the lake. Now she goes closer to the water. The water is crystal clear, and as she bends down to drink some water, she suddenly sees a green snake swimming up to the surface. She recoils, she's shocked, she's scared, she turns and runs faster and faster. Now she gets back home, and there again she runs into a snake. And this time it's not just a green snake, it is a huge king cobra tightly curled up in a corner. But he looks tired, she says. It's strange that the girl is able to understand that the snake looks tired. And here we have a talking snake. Now this is just a fictitious kind of an imagination, a speaking snake, one that talks to the girl. And now the snake tells her, "Come inside, close the door, don't run away." And he seems to smile, and he introduces himself. "I live in your garden." So he introduces himself, saying that he is again not new here. He too has been living in the same place as her. And she says, "You have a lovely garden. It's got so many beautiful flowers, the huge purple golden dahlias." And she says, not only that, there is something else which I especially find very attractive, and those are the plump mice that you have in the garden. And now the girl asks him, "What do you want?" And she's looking carefully at the snake, afraid that any moment the sunken hood will expand. And the snake is in no mood to hurt her, and he says, "Oh, you needn't worry, you needn't worship me as all the rest do. Please don't change. Everywhere I go, people pester me with their prayers, their 100 bowls of milk a day. There's only so much milk I can drink. I won't be caught and have my teeth pulled out. I won't be stuffed in a basket and commanded to rise, wave after wave, to ripple around the straw rim. As if their baskets could contain me, as if their bulging pipes could move me. Oh, I'm so tired," he says. So this is the reply he gives to the little girl when she says, "What do you want?" He says, "I want nothing from you. All I want is just for you to just allow me to be as I am." He says that wherever I go, people pester me, in the sense they disturb me, they try to worship me, they give me bowlfuls of milk. Who told them that I need milk? I am not in the habit of drinking milk. Then why do you pester me with all this milk, more than I can drink? And again, another thing that happens to snakes in India is that snake charmers catch them, put them in baskets. It is said that they pull out the teeth, and they are made to dance according to the tune of the pipes. So he says, "Don't do any of these things to me, just let me be." And he says, I'm so tired. Now, this one snake is speaking for all the snakes, for all the sufferings of his entire brethren. And again the girl asks, what do you want? And he says, I want to live in your garden, to visit you, especially those nights you sing. Let me join you. And once in a while, let me lie around your neck and share a bowl of milk. Now, this poem gives us a vivid picture of the experience of the snake too. It's not just the experience of the girl, but it's also the experience of the snake. And in our country, we know that there is a very ironic situation that prevails. We say that we worship the snake, we build temples for the snake, and we have festivals worshipping the snake. But then at the same time, we hurt them so much. We trouble them, we remove them from their natural habitat, we kill them at the slightest pretext, and yet we say that we worship them. Isn't that funny? And now again, there is another place where the irony is brought out. He says, as if their baskets could contain me, as if their bulging pipes could move me. So here what he says is, how foolish you human beings are. You think that you have the capacity to put me in a basket. You think that you can make me dance to your tunes. Have you ever thought of it the other way? It is because the snake decides to be meek. It's because that the elephant, such a huge animal, decides to obey man. It's because a lion allows itself to be tamed. It is because of the compliance of all these animals that we are able to win mastery over them. What if they decide not to obey? What if they decide not to be tamed? We never think of that. We live under the false impression that we human beings can master the entire universe. So this poem is an eye-opener. It gives us the message that each and every creature on earth has a right to live and live it their own way. So it is the policy of live and let live that is brought out in the poem. So then we should always remember, that's what Sujata Bhatt is trying to tell us. We should always remember that God created this earth not just for human beings to have their own, to kind of change it according to the whims and fancies. This earth is the home of snakes, as it is the home of worms and insects and plants and trees. So it is high time that we realize that we are being too selfish and we are taking away what is theirs too. So this poem wakes us to the reality that the earth is not just home to human beings, but also to animals like the snake here.